Welcome to Techlearners. In today's lecture, we will discuss about the sum of the series. The series is x upon 1 minus x upon 2 plus x upon 3 minus x upon 4 and so on. In the previous lecture, we already had discussed the sum of series questions. We have already discussed 4 questions. So this is the 5th one into the series. So let's see. As always, we should find out the nth term of the given series. You can see in this series, the first term is positive, the second is negative, third is again positive, and fourth is negative. So alternatively, we have positive and negative elements, and the odd places elements are all positive, and even placed elements or terms are negative. So to find out the nth term, we have to find two terms, one for the odd place and one for the even place. So like this, we have this is the first term, so this is x upon 1, and this is the third term, so this is x upon 3. Similarly, the fifth term will be x upon 5, the seventh term will be x upon 7. So on the odd place, we have nth term as 1 into x upon n. Why I have multiplied this with 1 just to make it positive. Now for the eventh term, it is for the second term like x upon 2. For the fourth term, this is x upon 4, and that is in negative. So that is why I have multiplied this with minus of 1, and the nth term for the even position is x upon n. Now let's see about the logic, how we can solve this question. Input the number of elements in a series and store that into the variable n. Then we will ask the user to input the value of the variable x that we need to replace here into the series. Then we'll run a loop from 1 to n, and now inside the loop we need to calculate the term. So the term is x upon I. How we have got this term? With the help of the formula of nth term. So this is x upon n. So the ith term will be x upon I. Now we will use the if-else condition to determine whether the term is odd or even, and depending upon whether the term is odd, we will sum the term into the sum variable, and if the term is even, then we will subtract it from the sum, and finally we will display the sum. So let's see the program and see how this can be solved with Java program. So this is a simple program. We will be creating the scanner class. I have created here a simple class inside the main function. We will be creating the object of the scanner class. Just to use this scanner class, we need to import the scanner class from the java.util package. So we will create the object of this scanner class to accept the input from the user, and now we'll print some messages to the user. Like we can print the series and some other messages, and then we'll ask the user to please enter number of terms in the series, and with the help of the sc object and the method next int, we'll store that into variable n. Now we'll again ask the user to please enter the value of the variable x that has to be replaced into the series, and that will be stored into the variable x with the help of the next int method. Now this is one loop. Just to display the series, we'll run a loop from I is equal to 1 to I is less than n, and we'll check whether the element is even or odd. So this is a simple condition to check whether the term is even or odd. We'll find out the mod, and if the mod is 0, that means if we'll divide the term with 2, and if the remainder is 0, yes, this is a percent symbol, so if the remainder is 0, that means the term is even term, and in that case we will be printing this even term method. So what is the even term? Let's say this is x upon 2 plus, right? So we'll be printing x upon 2 plus. And if it is the odd term, then we'll be printing x upon 1 minus, let's say like you can see x upon 1 minus. So if it is the odd term, then we'll be using minus, and if it is the even term, then you will be using plus. Remember, this is just for the printing. Whenever we will using the summation of the series, the things will be a little bit different. So now let's see how we can sum this. Just to provide the sum, we will be using two different variables. One is term and other is sum. Again, we will begin with the loop in the same manner. I is equal to 1, I is less than equal to n, and inside that we will calculate the term with the nth term formula. If you remember, this was the nth term formula, x upon I. So we will be using this here, x upon I. Okay, we need to typecast this onto the double variable because this is a division. So this is how we can typecast the resultant into double variable, and we'll store the result into term. Now we need to check whether this term is even or odd term. So this can be done with the help of this condition, I mod 2 is equal to 0. That means we are dividing the I by 2 and we are checking the remainder, whether remainder is 0 or not. If we divide any element by 2 and if the remainder is 0, that means the element is even element. So if this is the even element, we will be using sum is equal to sum minus term. So just remember, into the series, whenever it is the even element, we had to subtract that. So this is the even element, we have to subtract. This is the even element, we have to subtract. So that is why we have used here, if it is an even element, then sum is equal to sum minus term. Else if it is odd, then we will be using sum is equal to sum plus term. And finally, outside the loop, we will be printing the sum of the series. So let me compile and show you the output of this program. So let me execute this program and show you the output. As you can see in the output window, this is we have printed the series. Now please enter the number of terms. Let me input 5. So if I asked 5 and then please enter the value of x, let me input 1. So this will be the series, x upon 1 minus and so on. X is replaced by 1, so this is 1 upon 1 minus 1 upon 2 plus 1 upon 3 minus and so on. And finally the sum of the series will be 0.78333 and so on. So this is how we can find the sum of this given series. I hope you have understood this concept very well. We have already discussed lots of questions onto the sum of the series, and we will be discussing more questions in coming videos. So hope you are liking these videos. Please subscribe the channel, hit the like button and press the bell icon so that you can get the update of the videos. Thank you so much.